Welcome to the Flights of the Round Table podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the Flights of the Round Table, and we have the opportunity to have the reigning, defending, undisputed TikTok king hailing from the Charlotte area, Aaron Dodge, or as you guys know him in the Charlotte area, is Dodge. Dodge, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah.
TikTok star.
Do people ever call you Dodgy? Is that a thing?
That was the thing growing up, for sure. Dodgy.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgey.
Jeez.
I kind of like it.
Dodge, can you really have it your way at BK?
I don't know. I haven't been to BK in years, so whoever... but me and my fiance say we always do the you rule. We scream the you rule every time.
Yeah.
I will say I had Burger King for dinner last night.
Ew.
I didn't. Yeah.
That's why there's grease
man.
coming out of your pores today.
I'm not proud of it, but I made a decision, and I guess I did have it my way. I didn't have anything crazy. Maybe I should ask next time, like crazy order. Like I want fucking sushi on my burger.
But they say
my way, please.
Sir, we can't do that. Well, your slogan says
I
I
tell
can
you
have
what.
it my way.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy. I feel like that would definitely start a fight. Be like, who the fuck are you?
Have you guys seen Dane Cook and when he goes through the drive-through, like the BK, he calls like the
Yeah,
BK
yeah,
That is
BK
one of my
lounge.
favorite
The
clips.
chicken straps.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah.
Come on, she wants it her way.
Get it to her.
Dude, Dane Cook, man.
Dude, he goes live in LA all the time. Like he's in
Really?
his hot tub of like a 22-year-old,
Yeah.
but he just looks weathered. But
Dude,
does.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
that
around.
guy's fucking
That's another guy I
a
wanna-
bulletproof face.
that's another
that
guy I
has.
want to see at like an improv shop in Hollywood.
that's cool as fuck that
They're-
you're
It's
still
so
doing
nice
that.
that it's really cool the fact that because people out there they're working with them, they're like, oh, let me work on some new material, and so they're going to all these different comedy places, and I just keep all the notifications on them. Keep telling my fiance, I was like, one of these days is gonna say like there's a banger lineup at like 8:00 and on a Tuesday, and we're just gonna go see all these people, but we haven't done that yet.
Nice.
That's
Let me
awesome.
ask you, what would be your banger lineup for a show, a stand-up show?
I told you offline that I'm a big fan of Trevor Wallace because he's one of the best. He's one of the best skit artists on.
I think
Yeah.
I
social
think
media.
is that the guy that did the clip? It's like the kid that never left his hometown.
Correct.
Oh my god, that clip is hilarious.
Yeah, him and the other guy, and they're like stoners, right? And they're just
Yeah.
like in a field, and it's like,
yeah.
I found this great smoke spot.
Yeah, the
It's
like
the
never left
best.
the hometown. He's like, yeah, I'm having my birthday at Applebee's. Like, come through, bring a bitch.
That's good stuff. Like Dan said, Aaron, happy to have you here, man. Or should I say, Dodge. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today's episode. We got a lot of fun topics. We got flights of beer. Dodge has a special flight. We'll get to that.
Okay.
It's quite creative,
Yes.
It was in the works. Yeah, got a great show. Got a lot of good topics. First topic I wanted to throw at you guys, okay? Would you rather be in a shark attack situation or a bear attack situation?
I'm just gonna say neither.
That's not
No,
acceptable.
I know it's not an answer.
Yeah, what a non-answer.
Yeah, not an answer, but I would rather have that. Yes.
I'll go. I think I do a bear attack situation because in the shark attack, you're in the water with the thing. You don't have any sort of lifeline. You got nothing.
Literally, my thought too.
You got nothing. You're in their territory. That's why I think with a bear, you can at least try to grab something and maybe stab it in the eye or what have you. I'm going bear.
Here's the thing about that. If you can grab something, then I should also be able to have like a harpoon gun or something like that, right?
With the shark?
That is a
Shark.
stupid
You're
analogy.
It's not like it's
that
not,
wasn't in the question. He's
Exactly.
just like,
Hey, but he
you're
said he
manifesting
just-
harpoons.
Well, he just said he was going
right?
to grab something for to kill the bear.
Well,
so-
you don't have anything to grab if you're in the water.
You're
but
right.
Yeah, I mean, if a swordfish happens to be flying by you and you grab that thing, use that.
If
but-
somehow
Grab a
you're in
marlin.
the ocean getting mauled by a shark and a swordfish comes by, you manage to grab that fucker and stab the shark with the swordfish. I mean, then fucking hats off to you.
Legend.
That's
Bear
great.
Grylls would probably want
Legend.
your children.
He did show me a video of this guy. It was the craziest thing ever. He jumps off a boat, dives in, like fucking nose first, and then comes back up with a full-grown shark and starts fucking beating the shit out of it. I'm like, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we
How
need
the
a
fuck did
maybe
the
we'll show
balls
that.
on that guy?
Yeah, he was definitely from the South.
Yeah, yeah, that's like some Florida shit right there.
Candace is in the back like, yeah, for show, for show.
I think bear attacks are probably less survivable.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't talk. Shark, if you hit it in the nose, I feel like you have a chance.
I think
right?
that's a
back
myth.
into the way.
That's a
I don't
myth.
know.
No,
don't know.
I think that actually like only like 10 to 30%, if I'm correct. You have to look this up. Of when you get attacked by a shark, you actually die. But if you get attacked by a bear, I bet you that's more than 50%.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
the other factor
dying.
you have to think about too is there's a lot of like stories where dolphins have helped. Like if there was like sharks circling people, that dolphins have like come together to save the human.
Interesting.
If you're like fighting a bear, like there's no other. There's not an elephant
Yeah.
just like chilling around
You're,
the corner.
you're so right. Yeah, there's you think an elk is gonna come by, and be like, dude, that's your business. Bro. That's like your problem, bro.
That's hilarious.
They're literally going to see you and just turn around.
I'm picking shark too. Yeah, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This guy's trying to get me to go scuba diving all the time, and my thing is like, I'm not getting in the water. I don't fuck with that shit. But I mean, it's like picking a piece of shit and a piece of throw up. You know, like
Yeah.
you choose.
You got to
right?
pick your poison.
I'd rather pick the shark all day. I'm not gonna lie.
I used to surf back in college, and we saw a couple sharks, and I was just like, "What are you doing? Like, you want to catch a wave, or do you want to lose your right ankle?"
Well, in California, you guys have great white sharks. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
Yep.
But it's also cold as shit out there. I've been out there for a year. I haven't touched the ocean yet.
Well, yeah, you gotta wear a wetsuit, and then you look like a seal out there, and then you
Exactly.
really
Then you really get fucked up.
You're like,
Oh, that's not worth it. Yeah.
They should make like a hot dog wetsuit, you know?
Yeah,
The
I
shark
don't-
would have nothing to do with that.
Banana wetsuit.
Ooh, even better.
I'd
Like
wear that just around. I'd wear that around.
Yeah, you would. I don't even know you, and I know you would do that.
There was a
Some things just make sense.
there was a time I was snorkeling with my parents in the Keys, and all of a sudden I'm like looking down and I see this creature like going like this on the bottom. I followed that thing. It was a shark. I just swam with it. I was
it was a
following.
No, I had the same
was cool,
experience,
man.
ironically enough, in the Keys too. But it's like I'm sitting in the water, like right on the shore. It's like that much water, right? And I'm a little kid. I'm just kind of laying down. And I see this fin, and it's like coming really close. I'm like, holy shit! There's a shark right there. Like I wasn't in any danger, but. Yeah, dude, the Keys, man. Just
Hey,
bested with
Dan,
those
your
shits.
story is just like the definition of go with the flow.
Yeah, you gotta go with the float. Daj, I want to get to just a little bit. You're big on TikTok. You know, big following. What's been the biggest reaction, like highest, likes, comments that you've gotten on a TikTok, and what was it?
Oh gosh, it was a long time ago. It was 2020, maybe 2021. I did an impression of David Rose from Schitt's Creek, and it's got like 4 million views on TikTok.
no way.
That's awesome.
It's a great show too. So.
Yeah.
That's the
I've
definition
never
of
s-
viral.
Yeah, I've never seen Schitt's Creek, so
I haven't either.
Oh man,
give us a little taste. A little taste.
Oh gosh. Well, David's amazing. But even Eugene Levy is great in that too.
I love him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what exactly I said, because I mean I watched it so many times because it just kept blowing up. But,
Yeah, the joys of seeing all those numbers. Yeah.
So I love doing impressions.
Sure.
I've always been an impression guy. Favorite actor growing up was Jim Carrey, and so
oh hell yeah.
so it just showed my fiance The Mask.
Oh,
yes.
So, classic.
I did the same thing. My
Yeah.
wife watched it. I was like, this is one of my favorite movies, man.
Yeah.
the generation below us, like we're like late 20s, like does not appreciate Jim Carrey as much as they should.
Yeah.
He is underrated to a T.
Yeah. There was he was kind of. I'm trying to think about somebody that can be his equal right now, but about like really owning the market. I mean, with The Mask and Liar Liar and Dumb and Dumber.
Adam Sandler. I don't know.
No, not
not really
today.
like
They're
that,
the
though.
same age,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to think about from a comedic standpoint if there's somebody that becoming Bruce Almighty. And
love
he hopped over.
Ace Ventura. I mean,
I got freaking forgot Ace Ventura.
I
Damn.
mean, Will Ferrell-ish, but I guess he was.
There's
I'm
still-
talking a generation. We got to go. We got to go
Yeah,
younger.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
There's nothing like that.
Jake Paul. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh goodness.
You go, what?
Yeah.
now you got me noodling on that.
Yeah.
Like, who could be this generation's, Jim Carrey.
Maybe Jonah Hill from like the Superbad days. Maybe
Okay,
when he was
okay.
like fat and
Okay.
goofy, but like now he's
There's nothing.
Theo Von?
It's not wrong to say this generation doesn't have one. You know, like that guy's a
Facts.
legend. Honestly.
Yeah.
So long story short,
Yeah.
I've been doing impressions of him for years, and then I actually hadn't really been into Schitt's Creek until COVID, and then I
Sure.
got into it, and then I realized I could do it not really like a David Rose impression, because on TikTok you have the sounds coming in, but I realized that what he's saying on the show, if somebody put the sound on TikTok, that I could dub the sound and stuff like that, like the episode where his mom is telling him to fold in the cheese, and like he doesn't know like what he's like, I don't know what fold in the cheese means. And so I realized, and so I bought the sweatshirt, one of the sweatshirts that he wears like off some
Black and white one.
with the lightning stripes.
Yeah, that's the good one. No way.
And so I bought that, and then I just started doing like whatever sounds were on TikTok. I started doing it, and one of them blew up, and that's kind of how I.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you like, so right now you're a big content creator, like that's kind of your thing.
Yeah.
Were you just like joking around back then, or were you like, this is my mission and like it took off type of thing?
You know, of course, like I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat the fact that I wish I had a gazillion followers and could be charging brands a ridiculous amount of money to be doing
Sure.
that. But I've also really loved being just a storyteller in that sense, from a content creator, and so
For sure.
I've always been an entertainer. I've always wanted to be. I'm an Enneagram 7. I'm just like, I just want to be like. It's called The Enthusiast, and so I want everybody to be looking at me. I want all that kind of stuff, and so it's just like, let's just start doing some fun impressions on there and just see what happens. And so I got out of a relationship right before the pandemic, and then that's when TikTok took off. And so I literally had nothing to do but work 9 to 5 in my basement, and then I would be TikToking like every other moment from there, like whether that be trends or whether that be doing different kind of movie skits and stuff like that. And so
Any Warzone during COVID?
I don't play any video games.
Gotcha.
The last video game, or the only 2 video games I say, is 007 on N64 and Mario Kart.
Classic. Absolute classic.
Mario Kart. Those are the only 2 that I really got into.
Doge, we last Dodge. I called you Doge.
Doge.
Dodge.
Dogecoin.
Last our previous episode, we saw a story about somebody finding like 1,000 pounds of cooked pasta. My question for you: would you rather
just took a turn?
would you rather have spaghetti for hair or meatballs for eyes?
Spaghetti for hair, because I'm vegetarian, so I don't want any meat in the eyeballs.
Yeah.
But that could be a good reason why, like, you don't want you want the meat, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's a good like, I'm not eating what I am, you know?
Yeah. I'm not gonna have meatballs, but yeah. Also, I'm gluten intolerant, so the hair has to be. Well, I guess if the hair has gluten in it, I'll wear it as my hair and I won't eat it. And if it doesn't have gluten in it, then it would only be like this long, because I would be eating it.
I was gonna say that's what I'd be worried about. I'd be snacking throughout the day, just taking a quick bite. You know, you got a little hunger, just taking a quick bite there.
My answer would be I'd be bald and blind, because you're going to deal with animals all day. Shit's fucking ravens, crows, pigeons hitting your
Bald and
fucking
blind.
eyes and your hair. Just skip
Yeah.
that whole bullshit. and
How do you
just-
even shampoo? You got like the finest Alfredo sauce, like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're getting creamy for no reason.
Use
Just
Parmesan.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're getting-
shaving, and I'm putting on glasses all day. And it is
Getting
what it
pecked
is.
in the eyes. That's what you're thinking about.
Jeez.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Believe me, you'll be thinking about when you got meatball eyes. I can tell you that.
Well, you had to choose one or the other. I'm choosing the hair because I want to see what's going on. Right.
Yeah, can you see out of these meatballs? Or are they just like?
Yeah,
You might be able to. You
How
might
does that
not.
work?
I don't
Not
know.
sure. I'm just
These
gonna
are-
say the hair either
Yeah.
way.
Remember, you can have it your way.
at BK. Speaking of food, though, too, the other day we had like pizza at work, right? And I noticed a good amount of people just were not eating the crust. And then myself, I was like, wow, I eat the crust all the time. I think that's kind of wasteful, but like it's kind of acceptable. I mean, what are you? What's y'all's take? Doge, what's your take on it? We're gonna keep going with the
I have
Doge
one
one.
question and one question only. Is
Hit
there
me.
something to dunk the crust in?
That is my.
I mean, it's 2023. If you're sauceless, then
If
there's
there's
an issue.
sauce,
So yes,
or
there's
like-
sauce.
Okay, then yes, I'm eating the crust. If I get a pizza out in public, I ask for a side of marinara to dunk my crust in. So it's basically like you're done with a pizza and then you have just a bland piece of bread. Let me throw it in some marinara.
Yeah,
I think
good
it could
answer.
come down to if it's like a flavored or a stuffed crust. Like if it's like a nice flavored crust with a nice like garlic butter on there and everything, I would eat it as well as a stuffed crust. But if you get like cardboard pizza, I don't know, like what is it, Hungry Howie's? I'm just pushing that crust to the side.
Yeah.
Nothing goes to waste with me. I'll eat the shit out of it.
He eats the box.
And I also do the thing. Thanks to shout out to Dave Portnoy at Barstool. If you want to collab, that'd be awesome. I do the thing where I take a bite and then I take a bite of the crust too. You know, like I started doing that. And
Yeah.
I don't fucking regret
You're
it.
the most interesting person at this table.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
The
Yeah,
most interesting
but
man in the world.
Who the fuck doesn't eat the crust? If I see a pizza box with crusts everywhere,
You eat it.
well. Okay, you're not wrong. You're right, but I was going more towards I'd be upset, but you're also right there.
I knew I had a half second to throw that in
Both
there.
can be true. Yeah, both can be true.
So you want to know what kind of kid I was? At our pizza parties in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, whatever it was, we only got 2 pieces of pizza, right? So the kids that didn't eat their crust, guess who was consuming that shit?
Yeah.
You want to see how old I am? Stuffed crust was invented when I was in 3rd grade.
Shit.
Wow. I actually, I feel like I remember stuffed crust. I
Nah.
don't know. Maybe I'm not.
But I mean, at the precipice
That's the
of my
pizza,
pizza
though.
eating
That's the
life, stuffed crust came out.
But you
and
got to
I was
be in
just-
like your at most mid-30s, right?
I turned 37 in a couple months.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were our
Oh,
age.
yeah, I was going to say like 31 too. So you made me feel old. for a second.
Vegetarianism and a skincare routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Looking
You said
good.
you said wife. Is anybody else dating anyone?
All right.
No, I'm single.
I got a baby mom. Just kidding.
single wife.
Married.
Does your wife have a pre-nightly
Yes.
skin routine?
Yes.
Has she made you
No.
increase your care routine?
No, she hasn't.
Why not?
It's a good question.
Yeah, so that you got
He
your
probably
answer.
needs it the most.
Her name is
She,
Karen.
she looks young and vibrant. He looks like a sack of rocks. So yeah, it's very obvious who's doing the skin routine.
Wow. Thanks, guys. This was fun.
Yeah,
So you're the winner in the relationship.
yeah, it's a podcast and a roasting sesh. Yeah.
Let's keep this thing going here. How long have you guys been married?
It'll be
Okay.
3 years in October.
They were a
Okay.
COVID wedding.
We were a COVID wedding.
COVID
Yeah.
wedding. Okay, where'd you guys meet?
College, second week of college.
ECU.
ECU.
Go
And
Pirates.
That's right.
Mateys.
And we've been dating ever since. So
Yeah.
that's that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
How'd you pop the question?
When we lived in New York, I told you I worked for Major League Baseball for a couple of
Yep.
years. We had a spot that we would walk our dog. We would get to the dog park, and it outlooks like the city and everything. And one of the days we were walking down there, I had already had her parents and my parents kind of hiding, and had a photographer, and I could see out of the corner of my eye like where he was. She had no, and she was angry that day. She's like, "I'm not going down there. We need to find my parents." I said, "Can you just trust me?" So I went down there, popped the question, and then she saw this photographer. She goes, "Did you pay for this?" I said, "Uh-huh." And then her parents came out and everything. It was a nice, it was a nice thing.
We literally proposed the same exact way.
Nice.
Nice.
So
love it.
we go on a walk, and we do a Friday walk
Sure.
every Friday, and then we go to Trader Joe's. That's our Friday.
TJ's.
Yeah, and we take the dog out, and I had a photographer, videographer, and her parents drove in from Tucson, and then we took a selfie with the Hollywood sign, and then I got down on a knee, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Baby," she's like, "Baby, stop." And then she looks over to the left, and there's her mom, and she goes, "Oh my God, shut the fuck up." And then I asked her to marry me. She said yes, and then I hugged her, and she goes, "I look homeless."
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that ironic? Like, shut the fuck up. Right as you wanted to ask something very specific.
Oh no, it was great. It made
Yeah,
it
yeah.
made for a good video.
Guys, I want to ask you
cool,
just real
man.
quick, the pizza thing. What would be your reaction to somebody if they were eating a piece of pizza backwards, crust first?
Like I said, I do that second bite. So
That's a little different. That's a little different because
Yeah.
everyone knows the little, with Dave Pease, little
Dave Potnoy.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Did you say Dave Pease?
Yeah, well, to Dave, I'm not saying his last name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
he does that classic, the one bite, the one bite challenge.
No,
and he gives it like 4 bites.
Never heard of it.
Dan, I
love
would
that.
say like the person that does that is probably the person that when they get a Reese's, they eat around the whole edges, and then they have that giant peanut butter bite for the last bite.
I have never
People
heard
do
of a
that.
single person
People do
doing
the.
that.
Yeah, I know. I'm with
Really?
you. Okay.
Huh?
Never heard of that.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
It's like-
no one's heard of that.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave.
Speaking of odd situations like that, we started a game here called One Word, where you have a phrase and you have to give one word on your reaction. So we've been going off of that.
Okay.
So my first one for you guys is one word to describe the person who lets their dog poop in somebody's yard and doesn't pick it up.
I don't know, bastard.
I'm gonna say nasty.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't use two words there. Egotistical.
Ooh, Daniel.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, ballsy.
So this next one, I've actually done it before, and it's kind of weird, and it's like a subconscious thing. Somebody that blows on like their ice cream because they're worried about it being whether it's too cold or warm. And I do that. I know, man, it's weird. I do it.
Like if a thing is like a soup, you blow on it. Like
Yeah.
same scenario.
Yeah, like I'll have like ice cream, and I go for what it's like a subconscious thing.
I don't know.
He is insane. I'm going from crazy. I'm going insane. Okay.
I second.
Insanity.
I second that.
Insane. I would say useless.
I would say misguided.
I would say just subconscious because I don't even think about doing it. It just happens
Every time.
every time.
You blow on your ice cream?
Yes.
Every
What?
time a scoop happens.
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
Wow.
It's weird. Like, it could be really, really hot out, and I'll have the ice cream, and I go, just right whenever I start, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna accidentally
are
blow it off your
misguided.
food one day. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like a disorder, I think, more than
Thanks,
It
man.
was every time.
So are we just bashing me this podcast? Is that
Yeah,
what we're
yes.
doing?
Yeah, it
Seems
looks
like
like
it,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's usually me, so I like this. It's a
Okay.
nice change of pace. Yeah.
Yeah, shut up, Florian.
Yeah.
All right, final situation, and I'm guilty of this, and you probably are too, Drew. Mm-hmm. Somebody that goes to the bathroom more than 6 times at work.
Hydrated.
You are the worst.
Healthy,
Oh,
because he took hydrated.
I don't want to go next.
Florian's like hungover.
Yeah.
UTI.
Oh shit!
That was
one,
mine.
Daniel.
Fuck. I don't know. God damn it. That was mine. That really was mine. That
Okay,
was
we
such a
can
good
get
one.
back to you, Dan.
Yeah,
what you got
yeah.
in the sleeve?
So you said hydrated. I will say overhydrated.
Throw a hyphen in there.
I'm going to throw a hyphen in there
Yeah.
because I feel like there's a point where you can get overhydrated, where you're going to the bathroom so much. You can be hydrated and go 6 times, but there's a certain level.
You
where I
can,
think
you can be
it gets
hydrated
worse.
and go 5 times, but if you go 6, you're
Yeah,
overhydrated.
yeah, you're overhydrated.
yeah, there's a
4
limit.
times an hour. That's something's up right there, right?
Yeah, there have been times. I'm just gonna say.
Oh yeah. If I go to the gym in the
I drink a
morning,
lot of
100%.
water.
I would just say worried, I guess. I mean, because it does.
Worried.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you know you've had a lot of water in the last hour, you shouldn't be worried. But at the same time, like if you don't, you're like, oh damn, what's happening here? 6 times an hour is ridiculous.
That is a lot. I'm surprised no one took the angle of like I'm at work, like I'm getting paid to do this shit.
Smart.
Yeah.
Could've been
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
That's when you take a shit for like 20 minutes.
Oh, I love those. Yeah, office shits. Oh yeah, it's the best.
What's the saying? Boss, I get a little, boss gets a lot. That's why I poop on the clock.
I like that. I like that.
I feel like if you ever get called out for that, you should say that. You know,
Yeah.
on the clock or what's it called? What was it again?
I get a little, boss gets a lot.
Lot.
That's why I poop, on the clock.
I love that.
That's smart, man.
great.
Hey.
Before we keep going, we have a beautiful flight here. Florian, what are we drinking first? And then we're going to lay out what Aaron is currently having.
Yeah, we'll start off. We're doing
Amazing.
one at a time. This one is High Wire Brewing's Mountain Water. It's a citrus beer. It's an ale, but it really tastes like a citrus seltzer.
Yeah, it tastes like a seltzer.
It really does.
It does.
Which is good because
That is
fuck-
false advertising.
I don't fuck with seltzers that much. I would drink the shit out of this. This is a really good seltzer. You know,
That
which
is.
maybe is a little disrespectful because they didn't mean it to be a seltzer. But anyway, it's very fucking good. I like it a lot.
Cool,
So
cool
that's a
brewery
summer
too.
beer.
If you've ever been there, it opened up like about a year ago
Yeah.
in Charlotte, Highwire. So
What location?
South End.
Did it take over Unknown's building?
It did.
Is that
It
who
did.
took over? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Colin, who had us in there.
Nope. Not Colin. Matt Houston.
Yep, Matt Houston.
And you're mad at why we're coming at
I
you.
know.
Shout out.
High
Dodge,
wire. That's
what-
good though.
What do you drink? Tell people about your flight.
Are we
It's a
talking?
little
Am I
different.
telling you about one or am I telling you about all 4?
You choose.
Go ahead. Like get a quick rundown.
All right, so July will be 2 years sober, and
Nice.
and
Congrats.
Hell yeah.
sober is like a sacred word. I just have chosen to not drink.
Right.
I you know, who knows? I might drink down the road, but for now, I'm just separating myself from alcohol because I get way hungover when I consume it. And so it's like one of those things where you stop doing it and then you're like, oh my God, it's been 6 months since I had a drink. Let's try to get to 7. Let's try to get to 8. And so July will be 2 years. And so I got kombucha, I got strawberry lemonade.
Nice.
I got some grape juice, and I got the good old fashioned H2O.
Love it.
Sir.
Strawberry lemonade, underrated drink.
I
don't think it gets enough love.
Kombucha.
Underrated drink.
Yo.
kombucha. That's it. I would say it depends on the flavor of kombucha for me.
I will say drink it for a week. Like, even if you don't like it, just drink it for a week. After that first week, you're hooked.
Okay.
My
I'll have to
advice.
try it because I've never
Here's
tried
my
kombucha.
question: Lenny Boy kombucha or Updog kombucha?
Lenny Boy.
I've only-
Both Charlotte brands.
Lenny
Only
Boy.
had Lenny Boy. I've never had Updog.
Okay.
Lenny Boy. We walked in there. They have so many different types. There's no way that other place can beat that. There's it was amazing
They
experience.
did kombucha first, and then they did beer.
Beer, yep.
Yeah.
Our boy Towns, who's the owner over there, he took
Yep.
us back. They call it the Booch Room.
Nice.
So
was
yeah,
cool.
kombucha for sure. Lenny Boy, yeah,
Lenny Boy.
yeah. All
Never had kombucha.
No.
So I guess Lenny Boy.
that. Yeah, take a little sip.
All right,
Dan.
I'll give it a whirl.
Give
Why
it a little
not?
taste.
Yeah,
That's ginger lemonade, and that is not anybody from. That's good old Kirkland signature.
yeah, good. old-
It's like a
Pretty good.
it's like a sparkling juice.
It is.
Well, I'm glad everybody's hydrated and not having to use the restroom.
To be
If you're
honest.
listening to this right now, go ahead, give us a little 5-star action, maybe a little like, appreciate
Subscribe.
that. It goes a long way to the goal we want to get to. So I just wanted to throw that in there for you guys. Dodge, got a good question for you here. Athletes, they have a pregame meal, get something in your system that makes you function well. Do you have a pre-content creation meal?
Ooh, that's a great question. What are we? God, I just feel like my life is so boring these days. I'm not going to sit here and tell you there was like a really good meal. I'm trying to think about, but let me go through some things I've eaten in Charlotte. Maybe that's a good way to put it because
Sure.
Okay.
what I'm making for lunch, like white rice and edamame and broccoli, like that's not cool at all. But that's what
Healthy.
healthy,
Yeah,
yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, we're both
Little protein.
We're vegetarian, so we
Okay.
we keep it nice and clean.
For sure.
Nice.
Have y'all been to People's Market in Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
They have they have like a really good like tofu scramble with like vegan sausage and stuff like
hell
that.
yeah.
And so if you guys are ever looking for like something super clean, that's a good one. Favorite restaurant in Charlotte is Co. Hands down.
Really?
They have
Ooh.
over in Park Road and
Yeah.
in Waverly. They have a
Oh.
curry laksa, and I get it
It's
with
amazing.
tofu. It is life changing. It is.
Yes. Co is good. The Asian fusion place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So good.
My mom loves that place so much. She goes there she gets a jug of the curry sauce.
Yep.
Like this big, and she takes it home. She makes all sorts of dishes with it.
It's amazing.
She loves it.
You guys bring up all these places. I've never heard of these places.
Dude, it's one of the best curry dishes in Charlotte, 100%.
Hey, let's shit on Dan for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Dan doesn't know his
Yeah.
food.
Uncultured
Have you
swine.
downloaded Apple Maps?
You should go and
I'm just gonna step away.
You know you have an iPhone,
it was fun,
right?
guys.
Yeah. Candace, can you hop in here?
culture yourself.
Yeah. Y'all switch positions.
Well, guys, yeah.
We're done.
Hey, we love you, Dan. So there's good old
Hey,
host.
that shirt really
hate
matches
it.
the vibe today. Yeah,
I'm not happy.
I didn't wear it on purpose. I promise.
Show the camera what you're wearing, Dan.
I hate it here.
Yeah. Love it.
I feel that way today. But I didn't sleep a lot last night. I had a hard time sleeping. And, what I was thinking about is how many hours would it take you from a sleep standpoint to fully dismantle a steam engine? How little sleep could you do it?
Okay, so is that a saying? Like, is this like a thing? Like,
It's a question, Florian. Stop making it difficult.
No, but where
feel
the
like,
fuck
where's
have I
that-
heard
Can you
from?
reword it? Were you asking me like how many hours of sleep?
How little sleep would you need to fully dismantle a steam engine?
There are no gimmicks here.
This is a crazy question.
He's asking me if
I know.
is this a riddle? Is this
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
'cause
a question.
Exactly. It's
This to me sounds like this is like a saying.
Is this
that
what he
everyone
does on
knows.
this podcast?
Yes,
He
he
does.
does. He's good at it.
Yeah.
This is his thing.
Yeah.
Like, we had no clue where that came from. All right, let's just put it this way. Let's say your profession is like a giant mechanic, and like you just worked 4 days. It's Friday, and you're going into work, and you have a big ass steam engine to dismantle. Like, how many hours of sleep do you need to think like I'm ready to do this shit?
8
Okay,
8 hours.
or whatever my Whoop tells me.
Yeah, see?
Ooh,
Jeez.
the Whoop is in charge.
Smoke in the whoop.
I learned about Whoop today.
Okay, here's the thing.
Sponsored by Whoop.
I'm gonna call the shots, okay? Because you need me to do this job.
Well, you can have it
right?
your way.
So I'm gonna say you have to give me a year, and if it's any less than that, then you fucking win. I look great, right? I did it in less than what I said I was going to do, but you get a year. And that's it.
A year to sleep.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
you-
sleep.
you get a year
not
of
a year
sleep?
to sleep.
All right, groundhog.
I get a year. Oh, it's the question is how many hours of sleep. Sorry. Okay, I'm
a trick
thinking of how much.
Where are you?
Yeah,
Where are you
yeah.
at?
Well, this is
How
such
many
a
times, like per
Okay.
podcast, do you guys just lose your
Couple
train?
times.
of-
Okay, well here
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
because
Sometimes.
this is a crazy
2 times.
question. I'm still thinking like this is like a fucking joke or a
Riddle.
saying, a riddle. Yeah, like because who the fuck thinks of that? Sorry. How many
Damn.
hours of sleep? I mean, I can't do this shit with. I can't do it. So I need 24 hours, and I don't think I can do it either way.
You're resigning. You're gonna
Yeah.
get good sleep.
Yeah,
Resigning.
that's why my answer is give me a year to do this shit. Okay, I need
okay.
6 months to figure it out, and another 6 months to actually do it. Okay.
Florian's just gonna hibernate the whole year. I figured out it's kind of weird. I'm more functioning whenever I get less sleep. Like yesterday,
That's
going into work on Friday, I think I slept like 5 hours the night before. I was up studying for some stuff, and I had a very, very good day. I just woke up. I was like, I feel good. So
There's sometimes if you get a little bit less, as long as you got that deep REM.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah,
REM stands for?
Yeah, that no.
It's a band in the '90s.
rapid
right?
eye movement. See,
you go.
yeah, I'm
So
smart.
you're just
Yeah,
like
Florian, you
blinking
dumbass.
in your sleep, just going crazy. The eyelids just going nuts.
Legitimately, yes.
Yeah. Okay. well,
No REM.
yeah.
Dodge, you told us you were 37.
Correct.
I'm sure back in your time, the cool thing to do is to TP houses. What is today the modern thing?
He's like, nah.
The funny thing is, I almost reacted to it, but then I realized that he's going to say, "What kind of TP stays in a tree longer?"
No, here's the thing. You were from you said it from upstate.
Upstate,
So
yeah.
you didn't have that many trees around anyways.
No, we did, but like that just wasn't our thing.
Like you never threw toilet paper over a
Never.
tree.
What was your thing? You did like there's
the
got to be
dog-
some type
Yeah.
of
Like the
that you
poop
did
bag
for
on fire?
Egging was still a thing. In our,
Okay,
in
egging.
our hometown. It was just like
What do you think the modern day thing of like TPing now? Because I don't really think people do it anymore. Do you guys think there's anything that like
Yeah.
young hooligans are doing?
Yeah, I do know because it's like streamers that are on Twitch or whatever. People get swatted, which is like someone like watching the Twitch stream, right? Will like call the police on that Twitch streamer, and then the police would show up. That's like the new thing. Isn't that fucking
Jesus.
crazy?
It's called swatted. Are
Yeah,
you
it's called
serious?
What is
Swatted,
going
yeah.
on with our
Yeah,
generation?
I'm
It's
serious.
terrible.
Isn't that insane?
that's insane.
Yeah, I'd take fucking eggs on my window all day.
Jeez, what from
I would just-
what?
I would provide
I
the
was
eggs.
just gonna say you can't do much anymore because of Ring cameras. Like usually
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
notice you can like be spotted in the freaking street now. Like so you have to launch that thing
Yeah.
from 200 yards.
That's true. I didn't think about it from that angle.
I do.
The home cameras has definitely taken TPing houses out of
Reduce,
style.
reduce
Yeah,
crime.
yeah,
Reduce
It
crime.
has.
for sure.
It
Yeah,
has.
so some guys we know from high school, they did a really good prank, and I'm not gonna, I won't say who they are, right? They've dealt with the consequences, but for a great prank, it was fucking dope. Honestly, they took a llama from this farm that was like 10 minutes from where we all used to live, right? And they brought it to this guy's house, and they had the leash, right? And they tied it to the front door. So when the fucking homeowner went to work that morning, opened the doors, a fucking llama waiting for him. That's amazing.
Did he get it on video?
I don't know if they got it on video. Well,
They probably did, but my
That's
guess is they
hilarious.
kept it to themselves.
Yeah.
how amazing is that? That's the best prank ever.
You want to hear
That's
the prank
insane.
that somebody did when I was in high school? It's very subtle, but like sometimes the subtle pranks are like the best.
Sure.
They
Sure.
took toothpicks and glued toothpicks into all of the classrooms and snapped the toothpick so you couldn't like get the toothpick out, so the teachers couldn't put their key into the.
That's
and So we
awesome.
all couldn't go to class.
That is awesome.
See?
Wow.
Subtle.
Saints.
That's like Peter
Subtle.
Pan shit right there.
like
You
that.
know, that's for everyone.
Yeah, Robin
That's for
Hood. yeah.
everyone.
I love that, Florian.
Wow.
Guys, let's do a draft, man.
Ooh.
It's been a minute since
It's been a minute since we've done a
draft.
draft.
Let's do it.
And I think we got a good topic today. Gonna be a little good conversation for these. So low key things everybody hates, right? So not like death, disease, like obvious things, right? Getting fired, but like things you wouldn't really think about that everybody probably hates. And so who wants to go first?
Okay, yeah, I'll go first.
Well, of course you would. Yep. So go ahead and take one of mine, Florian. Let's get it out of the way.
I like that he's trying to flip this on me, but this is the episode where we bash you. Okay, so we're not done here. Fucking-
Episode 77, the one where we bash.
Yeah, the one where we bash. yeah. People who bring a whole coupon book to the grocery store and use it at the checkout. What the fuck is that about? That bullshit. I waited like 30 minutes.
You
She
waited-
whipped out coupons for broccoli. Dude, ridiculous.
You'll have a different viewpoint in 15 years. You'll be the one couponing.
Dude, that's crazy.
Full circle.
Oh, that's so crazy. I mean, if you can at least get the coupons out before you go to the store and just be like, listen here. But she brought the whole book, a fucking binder. It was laminated.
Have you ever seen the show Extreme Couponing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
dude.
and you think you'd be okay with these people in front of you at the line? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
You
your
got-
fault.
You got somewhere to be? You got to go to
That's your
BK?
fault.
Oh, yeah, I go to BK. Yeah, I will have.
You have to
my
have
way.
it your way.
Yeah,
Daniel.
that's crazy.
If I saw a couponer in front of me, I'm going to another line. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, Brian, you're an idiot.
Well, this,
3 words. Self-checkout.
yeah, but this okay. Fuck.
E40.
All right, what was the question again? Because I'm all distracted now.
Things everybody hates. Logan.
Things
Yeah.
everybody hates. Traffic. I mean, simple as that. I mean,
Sure.
if you
Easy one.
yeah,
Safe
so-
answer. What the
Say
fuck?
it was,
I'm going
yeah.
out on a limb here for fucking couponing and your traffic.
Okay, well, everyone
Move on.
hates it.
Dodge.
Tom Sandoval.
Oh my goodness. My wife would love that comment.
Who's
I know
Tom
she would.
Sandoval?
It's from
Tom
Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump
Come on,
Rules.
man.
You live
Come
under
on.
a rock.
Get with
I'm
it.
not familiar. This is turning on me quickly.
Get with it.
You ever heard of Vanderpump Rules on Bravo?
No, I don't.
I watched the reunion with my wife.
Okay, am I the only one?
All right, so no skincare, but you're watching Vanderpump Rules. I'm proud of you.
Hey, pick your battles. You know?
Yeah, I gotta pick, I gotta pick my battles.
Okay.
All right, for me, undercooked chicken. Like, come on. Who actually likes that?
Nobody.
Undercooked-
No one.
Who is giving you undercooked chicken?
Wow, that
What
sucks.
restaurant are you going to?
Oh, it's accidental by all means. Yeah.
So you're making it
But
accidentally?
happens. People getting served undercooked chicken happens,
Okay.
and everyone hates it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
For me, when you're going out to a restaurant with people and they say, let's split the bill evenly, despite you knowing that they spent more than you.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
That is a very good one.
Because that shit
yeah.
is annoying. They're like, let's
Yeah.
split the bill, but I had a couple steaks and everything. You're like, oh, no.
So are you willing to take it to that level? It's like, listen here, guy. You
Oh,
ordered
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember where Karen and I were. We were somewhere and somebody was like, let's split the bill evenly. I said, no. No.
No.
Florian, you're up.
Oh, we're going back around again?
Again.
We might go 3 rounds.
Oh
yeah.
shit! I'm not even ready for.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I was so ready to drop the Tom Sandoval bomb that I did not prepare for
Okay.
Okay, I'll think.
It's
I'll
okay.
think.
It's okay.
Next
Just say
one.
pass if you don't got one.
Licorice. It's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Put in salt.
I don't know. I hope.
But not every-
I hope you're not a licorice guy.
I'm sorry, but I am a black jelly bean guy.
Hey.
And when I used to drink, I loved Sambuca.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Well,
That's not something you hear every day. Like,
I've
I'm a
offici-
pizza guy, a sushi guy, I'm a black jelly bean guy.
I've officially
Like it.
lost the guest. Okay. Yeah. Nah, it's just not my thing. God, dude, that is like.
Well, you figured out everybody doesn't hate that, so that answer is irregular. So try again.
Well, okay.
it's okay.
Well, we'll go around. I got another
Yeah,
one.
we'll
Okay.
keep going around.
Daniel.
God, put me on the spot right here.
If you don't have one, just say pass.
Yeah, you know what? I will pass right now. I'm
gonna
come
pass
back,
too.
just come back to me.
All right.
I'm gonna say calling shotgun and someone jacking it for no good reason. Nobody
agree.
likes that.
That's
Do
annoying.
you,
that
do
guy.
you follow the Freaks of Nature rule?
Oh, please tell me more about this.
If you're over 6'1", you always get the front seat.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Oh, dude. Thank
Yes.
you.
Of course, the tall people.
You're not even
Yeah.
6'1".
Yes, I am.
I was wondering
Get
why
outta
he pounded
here.
me.
Yeah.
He was like, "Are
Get
you?"
out of here! You're not
No
6'1".
way.
God,
I'll
he-
pull out my
he is.
measurement stick
You
right
will
now. No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, hey,
You're not
Dan.
even taller than me. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I am
he is.
taller
Is
than
he?
you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Candace is Dan 6'1".
Shorty.
I'm not that short.
Yeah, compared to us, you are.
Candace, will you date a man under 6'1"? We got real silent up in here.
It's like her boyfriend is like 6.2. Just I can't
barely.
say.
I qualify.
Yeah.
My fiance put up on social media. She said happy when it was May 10th. She said happy 5'10" day for all the guys out there that are like 5'8", saying that they're 5'10".
Oh, my
That's funny.
I think for me, next one is when somebody parks next to you despite having multiple spaces around the parking lot.
Yeah, that is annoying. Yeah.
Jeez.
But that can go for urinals, treadmills.
Like, dude, it could go for a lot of things. Like,
For
go over there.
urinals, Yeah, you know, it's like, dude, you had fucking. There's like 6. Just take one over there. You know? Yeah, you're right. It's a
Sometimes
little
you
weird.
could be the funny guy though. It's like like at a sporting event, you got 15, one guy in there, just go right next to him.
Yeah, that is like a level of closeness I'm not prepared for. Yeah.
Florian, go ahead.
Okay, I would say religious solicitors. You know, people that, hey, have you heard about
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, yeah. But it hasn't happened to me, right? But
'Cause you don't own a house yet?
I can't imagine.
Something everyone hates, and you're saying hasn't happened to me.
But I know it. But it's a regular thing, right? That does happen to people. Okay, has it happened to you?
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so it is a regular
I also
thing.
walked by a couple of them in South End, and I was trying to get my steps that day. It was like Wednesday, so I'm walking back and forth by Flower Child, and they're not talking to anybody. They're turned inwards towards the street. They have their pamphlets right there, and all three. I went by them 5 times. All 3 of them were talking to each other and not trying to engage with anybody on the sidewalk. I'm like, what are you doing here?
That's a sophisticated homeless person.
The Lord is watching.
So I will say, I used to, like, back in high school, my first job ever was like delivering Chinese food, right? And I would go to people's houses and they'd have no solicitor signs on their front door, right? And one time I was delivering food and these 2 ladies showed up to the door. I'm like, listen, you see that sign? I don't think he wants to talk to you. He's barely cool with me and I'm giving him food. So,
Jeez.
yeah. Hey.
Does anybody have any other ones before we move on?
I'll put in one more
I
in
have
there.
one more.
Okay, cool.
When I go to Aldi and I have to put in a quarter for the freaking cart.
So smart.
Hate
Yeah,
that.
hey, thank you.
It's
So
smart, but I hate it because I don't always have a quarter on me. So now then I have to be like,
then keep a car
When you're
quarter.
planning to go to Aldi, easy solution here: have a quarter in your car.
no.
The groceries are cheap.
Sometimes I
for a
don't have the
reason.
quarter.
Also, the easy solution. This is another hack that I had. We had at our office, we had Panera Bread deliver, and Panera Bread's delivery bag is plastic, like hard plastic, and about the size and width of this table. And so I make my entire rounds in Aldi's with just this Panera bag, and then I offload it and I put it in my Panera bag. I put it over my shoulder. I walk out and never need a quarter.
Love that. I have one of those
Wow.
Panera bags too.
Yeah,
Changed
IKEA
my
bag
life.
almost.
Changed my life right there.
That's a hack.
I got.
I don't know.
You hacked Aldi.
I did.
I love
They
that.
should hire you.
He broke the system.
What you got, Dan?
So, at a gas station, when there's that awkward silence when you're waiting for your card to get accepted between you and the cashier, where you're just looking at each other.
yeah.
I had that this morning. I was like, oh, "This is real awkward, man."
That's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe we'll stop roasting you now.
I thought it was okay.
it was good. It was good.
Thank you. Before we keep going, I want to get into our next beer.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Florian, what is next on the list?
Okay, I'm just going to take your beer here. It's a West Coast IPA. It's a little redundant, but it is delicious because it's
So funny thing about that, why we have this on our episode. Again, drank this last episode. So we all get beers like before the episode, right? We all go our separate ways. We don't really talk about it. It's just what are the chances we get the same beer? Well, me and Dan decided to pick up the same beer unconsciously. So we're drinking it again.
Yeah, it's very low
good,
odds,
though,
right?
yeah.
But it can hit. It's called Path to Enlightenment. It's a West Coast IPA from Sugar Creek. Shout out to Marcus. These two.
Is that name
they're
correct?
obsessed
Is that
with you,
name
Marcus.
correct?
It's correct.
Okay,
this time.
great.
all right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's very good. Yeah, love the West
Super
Coast IPA.
drinkable.
Marcus, Dan, and Drew can't stop talking about you. I'm not sure what that means, but
It means we love you.
yeah, they love you.
Thank you.
And also, you purposely got a West Coast IPA because I'm in town from LA, right?
Yes.
You're right, right. You know,
Exactly. We had to bring the West Coast.
yeah, they like to plan ahead. You know, so yeah.
We are poetic like that. Speaking of coming from out of town, Dodge is from LA, visiting here in Charlotte. So appreciate you spending time with us today. Of
course.
I know you got a tight schedule, a lot to get to, so definitely appreciate that. It's been a fun show so far. Big question for you: what is your number one project right now? What are you striving for? What are you working on?
My number one project right now is me.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that.
I like that answer.
Self love is the best love.
Yes, it has not been the easiest year for myself. About a year ago, I suffered from a spontaneous subarachnoid hemorrhage and almost died. So
Whoa.
I had to get over that while also moving to LA with my girlfriend at the time, Chelsea, which is now my fiance. And moving to a new city is not easy. Moving to a new city that
sir.
is a lot of traffic and hard to get around sometimes. Is a challenge. So sometimes working from home, I'm kind of in my own head, and I've had some lows this year, but that's all a work in progress. I'm excited to relaunch my podcast that I had a couple of years ago, so I can start to interview some dope people out in LA, but also all around, because there's so many great podcasting platforms. Like I use Riverside.fm, so it's just like really cool that I can have conversations with people, and I want my conversations to be around social media and being around entrepreneurship, but also being around mental health. I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think that just like every other thing in this world that has a month, it shouldn't be a month, it should be a whole year that we talk about these kind of things.
Amen.
Because especially the stigma between men and coming out about what they're battling and having conversations. And so yeah, the number one project I'll always be working on is me, because if I can be a better version of myself, I can be a better fiance, I can be a better friend, I can be a better everything. So,
Yeah, that might be the best advice we've ever gotten on this podcast.
I love that so much.
loved it.
Like, we're a comedy podcast, but it's cool. We can sprinkle that in. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I mean, it's just like we only got one life. We only got one life to live, and it's really been, like I said, it's been a challenge over the last year. But waking up, getting good rest, like we talked about with Boop.
Steam engines,
Also,
tying it all
You need
in.
that sleep.
Yeah, getting good rest. I'm a firm believer in meditation, so I try to meditate every morning. I do journaling, gratitude journal, make sure that I'm throwing out to the world everything that I'm grateful for, family, friends, even just the air in my lungs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Do you have a name for the podcast? Because if you don't, I just thought of a good one.
let's hear it.
Dodgecast.
Dodgecast. I like that. I'm just gonna go with the blanketed. I'm just gonna call it the Aaron Dodge Show.
There we go.
And it's not. And even though it's the Aaron Dodge Show, it's not gonna be about me. It's obviously gonna be about my guests and stuff like that. So so we got some pretty. Chelsea, my fiance, is gonna be my first guest. So we did the podcast from our apartment a couple months ago. So I'm excited to get that relaunched. So that's my project.
Awesome, man. What's Chelsea do?
Chelsea works in jewelry. She's a director of production at her jewelry company, and so she puts all the jewelry that gets purchased goes into production, and all the jewelers start making that. And so she's a hustler.
Any big time celebrities she's made for or anything? Rappers? Hezbollah?
I'm trying to think about. I mean, God, I'm so upset. I'm blanking because their jewelry company has done some good collaborations, but I'm blanking. I'm blanking on it right now. But she's a hustler.
That's awesome.
She's an entrepreneur at heart, and I love that about her. She's got clients. She's got side gigs. She's got side hustles. We talk about finances all the time. I don't know about you and your wife, but finances, as a lot of people say in relationships, is one of the 50% of marriages end in. That's a random percentage. Don't come at me in the comments, but a certain amount of percentages end based off of finances. So we talk about our finances all the time.
Yeah, that made me think of what did they say? 99% of statistics are wrong. And it's ironic in itself.
60% of the time it works.
Yeah,
every time.
I've never heard that before. Do you guys have Targets out there in LA?
We sure do.
Okay, so I've wondered this. There's a big target in the sign. What do you think happens if somebody shoots at it? Do you think they get a prize or something? What do you think?
There's a guy in LA that throws plungers at logos.
I was gonna say.
Wait, are you serious?
On TikTok, he's got a gazillion followers. He hits up the store and is like, let me throw a plunger at the Target, and he throws plungers at the Target, and it goes viral, and obviously the brand's super happy and stuff. Yeah,
this will impress me more or less depending on one factor. The distance. How long is this guy? How long of a distance is he?
It's a big.
Oh no!
Distance.
We're talking 3.5 stories. He's throwing these 3 or 4 revolutions.
The big Target sign.
It's a great
every
shot.
store. Yeah.
How many chances do you think it takes him to do that?
Oh,
or do you think
quite
he
a
does
bit.
it on one
He
swoop?
talks it and he'll talk about it in the comments that and then he'll the sign doesn't look as looks kind of it's not going to be sticky. So it took me 25 times to get the Best Buy logo and only 5 times to get the Target logo and stuff like that.
Wow. That's funny. People have medicine cabinets. Obviously, we have a ton of beer cans in here. I would like to see his plunger room.
I was like, does he
probably
save
buys the
every
industrial
plunger?
pack.
Do you guys know Alex Lieberman from Morning Brew?
That name sounds so damn
name
familiar.
sounds
to me.
familiar.
I've heard
Yeah.
of him.
Is
for
Morning
sure.
Brew a podcast or
Yes.
is it a show?
Well,
Morning
it's a
Brew was started as a
both.
newsletter.
Yeah, it
and
was a
now
publication.
It's now it's ballooned into a whole media agency, and
Everything.
they do have a podcast. The guys just started doing a podcast, and so they're getting a lot of good stuff on that. But Alex Lieberman, he sold Morning Brew, and he was just like, there's not really, everybody likes to like do this axe throwing and stuff, but like he's like, so he made up a game called the plunge game where he throws plungers at a target, and it's got the 5 and the 1 and the 3 and stuff like that. And so he was making content for
That's
that. And
genius.
so I DM'd him on LinkedIn. I was just like, you send me a plunger, I'll go on Hollywood Boulevard and have like all the crazies at Hollywood Boulevard throwing plungers. So wow. But the funny thing is, he's like, I already have a plunge board in LA. The plunge guy that was throwing all this stuff, like he has it, and you can grab it from him. And we share one car with me and my fiance, and so she met that plunge guy, the guy throwing.
Oh,
That's what's cool about LA is like you are literally 1 degree away from this creator, that CEO, like all that kind of stuff. So
Dude, outside, that's crazy how that works. Like when you said you were in LA now, when I reached out to you, I just assumed like you moved out there on purpose because that's where like the attraction, social media, Hollywood, the big stars are at. But
The
it just
opportunity.
happened to be the
yeah, I mean,
relationship, and it worked out.
It was
kinda like that.
it was a double-edged sword. It was
Yeah.
like I need to take the next step in my relationship. Charlotte was in a weird place after COVID. And
Really was.
I work for myself, and so I was like, let's go out. I'll go out to LA. We'll live together, and we'll grow our relationship. I'll do my business, and then I'll start to mingle and start to meet creators and stuff like that. Like while I've been here, I signed up for like another creator meetup, so I can go out there and meet creators and stuff.
It's awesome. How long are you here for in Charlotte?
And as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm out.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
my family lives in Lexington, so
Gotcha.
I'm good. I did the 4 days in Charlotte, and so now I'm going to go see my family down in Columbia. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
You said you're working on yourself, and you probably spend a lot of time, doing that in your home. I have a go-to snack and drink when I'm sitting around.
okay.
What is your go-to snack and drink while you're just lounging? Like for you and your wife, and I want to hear from everybody.
Ooh, wife, that sounds good. She's going to really be happy when she listens to this, and you just said the W word.
Oh yeah,
Fiance.
fiance.
We're in that fiance phase.
Fiance.
Hey, we
This
phase.
is my first podcast since we became fiance. I'm like fiance.
Yeah. Hey, if you want, we can wait to drop it until you guys get married, and then then it fits.
we're like in the fiance phase, and I don't want you
Hell
guys
yeah.
to lose momentum. So you got to get this. You got to get
That's
this
right.
thing out. You gotta
Appreciate you, brother.
Fiance. Okay.
I am like obsessed with this brand called Go Macro Bar. I actually have it. I wish it was sitting next to me, but I have it over there.
I see it over there.
It's a great protein bar, and they also I'm big on like sustainability, and so they recycle all of their wrappers too. So once I
cool.
accumulate 200 wrappers, they send me a printing label, and I send all the wrappers to keep them out of the landfill.
Sounds like Dr. Dre.
Wrappers.
Well, you said once you accumulate 200 wrappers, you send them a label.
That's good.
That was slick as shit.
Blew your mind. Yeah. Damn. That's like an in-depth bar right there. God.
I also wish I brought it too, but I love. Has anybody tasted Olipop? It's like a prebiotic soda.
Soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife got that. I was not a fan.
I need to meet your wife.
Was not-
Vanderpump
Well, it's
Rules,
like-
Olipops.
Well,
You
it's
tell Karen I
essentially
said
like a
what's up.
soda kombucha at the end of the day.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fiber in there.
Yeah.
You got like root beer. It's root beer is my favorite flavor.
I can't get
gotta try
past
that.
that fucking bar you just dropped there. Are you serious?
That was very good.
I mean, I didn't
That
want to
was
interrupt them.
fucking-
It was hard to like
That was-
keep the thought going as I was listening to the story. But
No, that was fucking.
Yeah, it was.
That
Drew,
was
you just
fucking
had to get it out.
nasty. That was fucking.
You want to spit some bars right now? See if Dre wants to sign you. Like let's
Holy
roll. Like
shit.
Hey, these guys know when they give me a couple. I
That
can
is
get
going
on
to
the
be
track.
that is going to be a clip on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. I can tell you that. That's the one. That was fucking good.
there's this weird guy talking about rappers and sending them labels.
Dude,
and
that
stuff
went
like
over
and then
everyone's
boom.
head, and then you did a little in-depth fucking analysis there. Nice.
Yeah, y'all are blowing smoke at me. Yeah,
I like it.
That's good.
Good
yeah.
smoke. Yeah.
This is the Talk Shit About Dan podcast and the Blowing You Up podcast. Yeah.
Jeez,
Sorry,
big
Dan.
divide right here.
Yeah. But you do hate it here. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
That's awesome, Dodge. Appreciate you continuing to tell us your story. Love having you on, man. One topic I did want to get y'all's opinion on because I died laughing when I heard this shit. This guy was a subscriber to OnlyFans, and he has a stepdaughter. The stepdaughter found out his stepdad was subscribed to the OnlyFans, and not only subscribed, he was the #1 supporter of it, like the most donations
to her.
to her. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
To her OnlyFans?
To her OnlyFans.
She started one, and stepdad loves that shit.
You might as well jump
got
off
caught.
a bridge.
Got caught being the #1 subscriber.
I mean, he is.
I got
gonna
no comment on
He's
that.
a divorced motherfucker. I can tell you that. But
Divorce.
Again.
he's part of that statistic, the 50%.
At that
But-
point, it's not a stepdad anymore, so it's just a straight.
Like,
Now-
how
now-
shameful, man.
He's a
Guy-
stepdaddy.
Now here's the question though: did she stop taking his money after they got divorced? You know, or did?
Ooh.
Yeah, you got to do a little in depth. You got to. That's one you have to dive deep into. You know, this is like a 6-month
Right.
project, right? I would say month 1 she exposes them, right, and then months 2 through 6, you're trying to figure out if her income is raising because of that.
On OnlyFans, it tells you if someone subscribed to you is in your contact book. So I think that's how she found out.
No way,
Yeah.
really.
Interesting. Smart.
It's interesting that you know that.
It is interesting.
I did some research on the story.
Yeah.
It was a good story.
Is this like, just like a 30-minute Google search? Is this personal research?
He will not tell you.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
show me out on this
Yeah.
shit.
Dan's ready for a question. I can see it in his eye.
No, I'm still just
Nope.
floored by this whole thing.
You're gonna hit us with a curveball.
Oh,
Let's
I
hear it.
always throw curveballs. Who wins in a fight, Swiffer guy or Mr. Clean?
There's a Swiffer guy.
Yeah, who is this?
Yeah, who is the Swiffer guy?
I'm saying Mr. Clean. He's super strong.
He's
looking.
jacked.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
bald.
the bald. That's the bald dude.
He
Yeah.
can't pull his hair.
There's a Swiffer guy, to the best of
there
my
is?
knowledge.
No, I don't know about the Swiffer guy. I'm
Do
thinking
you-
of like the ShamWow guy.
Do you
remember?
live in an apartment or a house?
That guy's in
Live in an
jail.
apartment.
Do you, when you guys are cleaning, having your cleaning day, do you use a Swiffer? Or
We do
you
use
mop?
a Swiffer. We have hardwood floors, so we use a Swiffer.
Yeah, I think Swiffer over mop every day. It's a lot less work, a lot less juices too.
The only thing is with the
Less
Swiffer,
juices.
Is that the only time you
Yeah,
don't want?
What
less
is this?
juices?
Is this going back to your OnlyFans? What do you mean less juices?
I think the
His
pod is like,
OnlyFans at less juices.
I got it.
Swiffer Boy 27.
oh my goodness.
Swiffer Boy 69.
Yeah.
I actually asked my fiance a couple weeks ago. I was like, if I started an OnlyFans, kept it like kind of PG, but if I started an OnlyFans just to say like, because I like to do stuff on my YouTube, like I did this for 30 consecutive days, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to do those kind of things. And so I was like, if we launched an OnlyFans, would you like? She's like, baby, I would hustle on that shit. Like,
It's like I'll pimp your ass out.
I'd be putting links everywhere. I was like, that's why I know. That's how I know how to wipe you up.
Daniel and we own a pool cleaning business.
Oh, nice.
And we, it was kind of like a joking idea, but I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But I was joking like, hey, why don't we start an OnlyFans? But like how people love satisfying videos, where it's like they clean something, it's a perfect line. But when we clean pools, right, and we dump a bunch of chlorine into some shit, it like settles, and then you vacuum it up. It's a perfectly straight line. It's like a perfect, nice, neat.
Yeah.
If you're into that shit, you're like super clean. I was like, why don't we do an OnlyFans where that's all we do? We
Do you guys? Let me ask you
I
this
could be in a
question.
speedo if I needed to.
Yeah,
you know?
Let me ask you this
Yeah.
question: Are you guys on TikTok?
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
You guys need to be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you
I
guys watch a lot of TikTok? Or
Yeah,
do you-
and we
I don't
follow-
actually go on TikTok. But
Well,
Okay.
we follow guys in that industry that
do you
have
follow
their own-
like everybody loves before and after. If you
Yeah,
took like a
exactly.
dumpy ass pool and
I
we
know.
do it
Put
all day.
and you do
You guys should do that.
Sped up the
man.
video.
sped up the
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
time lapse the video. Like
Exactly.
I keep getting the mower guy. He walks up to the front door
Oh
and
yeah,
he says,
and
I'll do
I'll
it
mow
for free.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You get that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I get served that guy all the time. So you guys got like,
Yeah.
sorry, you got a content
I know.
person that can film over here, rip
Yeah.
him out, and then
Candace, we might
Well,
be
we'll
getting
do
you,
that.
she's
Side
like,
gig.
she's like, I'm right here.
you gotta be posting.
Yeah, I know.
How long
Dodge-
you guys had that?
Sorry.
Sorry.
You good? You
How-
good?
I'm turning into
Um,
the interviewer. Sorry.
For 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years
Almost
now.
2.
They're doing great.
So this year it really blew up for us. Like in the
Huge.
last fucking 5 months, we've like quadrupled our clientele. It's been really good.
How many people work for you?
It's just us two. That's
Just us
Just
So
two.
that's
too.
why it's
That's
like the idea's always been there to like do that shit and put it on social media.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's half we make up excuses, but in all seriousness, the other half is like, oh, that's like the last thing we're thinking
Yeah,
about
sure,
because
'cause we're
it's just
so
us
busy.
two.
Yeah.
Sure. If
But-
your revenue's high enough, you should offload it.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
we will.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Cool.
So
sure.
we've done pictures and like before and after videos, but like we should post on social media. We haven't. But back to the OnlyFans. Would people pay for that?
Yeah, y'all doing it in speedos.
Honestly, I would focus on TikTok.
Yeah.
I know it's funny. I know it's funny. I know it's funny.
yeah.
It's a shtick, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely focus on
Stick to
TikTok.
TikTok.
Did you have anything you wanted to do? Shay, ask us, or
Oh wow.
yeah. I know you had your little video over there.
I don't know. I'm
Okay,
trying to
okay.
like. I mean, what else? What else? How much more time do we have to? I wish I had more obscure questions to ask Dan. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I like the obscure questions.
Oh, I mean, beer centric podcast. What's everybody's favorite beer?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
I
one.
didn't even got to the last one.
Favorite style? For
I
me-
can't. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say West Coast IPAs, no doubt.
Okay. And break that down for me more, because I actually have never heard of West Coast IPA. Like, what are they doing on the West Coast? Is it
I think
something
that was
about the
like-
West Coast? Is it something that started on?
Yeah, it started over there. So if you have IPAs around here, they're more like pale ales or hazies,
Yep.
which are very like fruity.
Yep.
IPAs. So West Coast is very light on the hops, a lot of flavor, but no fruit.
Okay.
Just hop beer, kind of light.
It
And
could
I,
be
and I really
heavier on the
appreciate
hops.
that. There are some. You are correct, my
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, some of them that
It's very hop oriented, is what I would say for sure.
I agree. I can't give you a favorite beer. I'll give you a favorite brewery.
Okay.
You know, you're from up. You said up north. Other Half Brewing is my favorite brewery. They do a lot of New England IPAs, so very very similar to hazies. There's a lot of flavor to it. It's very very like not thick, but like you see how here or where the hell like you
Consumed.
Who
Like-
hasn't consumed?
like Daniels. You see how like you can see through it there.
Yep.
Other Half's beers, you're not like you can't do that.
Okay.
With them, and they are so flavorful, so good. So anytime I get up there, like we were in New York for my sister's graduation, my wife and I made sure we got up there. So.
Where in New York?
So we were in Brooklyn initially for a day, just her and I, and then right down in Manhattan on 41st between 7th and 8th, right next to Port Authority.
Cool.
That is like such a city thing to say. Yeah, between the corners of
Section.
44th and 31st. And,
Port.
Yeah.
Has
that's
anybody
hilarious.
tried hop water? I just tried it for the first time. It's
what's that?
non-alcoholic hop water. It's somebody that's
water.
trying to have a beer feel for those that want to consume non-alcoholic, and it was delicious.
They're doing
Yeah.
a lot of that
Interesting.
recently. Like a lot of breweries now are doing like non-alcoholic, like
That's
different
smart.
types of. Like I know Other Half had like a non-alcoholic hazy IPA. I was like, interesting. Okay, so yeah.
Daniel, what's your favorite beer?
Oh gosh, my favorite beer,
Come on, you know the style.
style sour.
Yeah.
That's easier to say. Style, I would go sour. Pretty simple. There's so many sours out there that I love. I couldn't say like which one's my favorite. So
Yeah.
My approach is completely different. I have a favorite beer of all time, and it's not because I drink it all the time. And I don't drink it. That like the way I think of beer
I
is
know
like
where
it's
this is
very
going.
seasonal, right? So like it just depends on the time of year. But like what I look forward to drinking the most, and it's every time when it gets colder, it's a Guinness. I fucking love Guinness. I love that shit. Doesn't mean I'll drink it all the time. I don't drink beer like that, right? I like drinking beer with the podcast and all
Gross.
that. But just like you, I get some mad hangover, so like it's not on the top of my
Mad
list.
hangover.
But like Guinness, I like that first Guinness of the year. This shit is sexy. I love that.
Is it your first Guinness of the year on St. Patrick's Day, or is it before?
No,
that?
oh, way before.
Oh,
like
way
when
before.
it when it gets cold, like I'm talking like that
November.
first that first
no.
fall night, or like fall day where it's like fucking in the 60s or 50s, and it's kind of cold outside. I'm cracking the Guinness every time.
Funny.
I love that.
When he asked you that, you were like, "Are you kidding? You think that's the first day? I'm waiting 3 months to get that in?
Right.
Hell no." Speaking of hangovers, and you say you get them very bad, we had a question maybe like 30 episodes ago, and it was a really good "Would you rather?" Would you rather be hungover for the rest of your life, or be house arrest for the rest of your life?
I'd rather be house arrest for the rest of my life. The hangover. I mean, that's why I don't consume alcohol anymore. Is
Yeah.
because the
I
hangovers
figured.
are so wretched. So
Yeah.
I mean, and then I can also stay at home and make TikToks and make money inside my house.
Facts.
That's true.
Can order some.
Hey,
mead.
it was a hard question for me too, because on the one hand you are like confined to your fucking home, but at the same time, what's a life worth living if you're hungover all the time? Like,
Yeah.
dude, that shit is real. I've gotten some bad hangovers.
Hangovers are worse.
And I just
now.
assume it's going to be the worst hangover I've ever had. I can't function. I can't do anything. Like, I might as well be on house arrest. I'm on
Right.
house arrest in my head. I can tell you that.
you become
Yeah, it's not fun. Hell no.
Horrible. I think sadly It's time to get out of here, boys and girls.
I hate
Sadly.
this time. Makes me want to cry.
It's the worst time of the episode. But Dodge, thank you very much for coming on. I very much enjoyed all of the conversation and everything. Why don't you give the folks, your socials, just so people, guys, give this guy a like, comment. He's doing big things. Keep involved. So, what are your socials before?
Yeah, Aaron
So people
_
can-
Dodge on Instagram and TikTok. Trying to get those subs on YouTube up to 1,000. I think I'm at like 920. So
Nice.
give that sub on YouTube as well. I'm good.
yeah.
And then keep a lookout for, if you do follow me, keep a lookout for my podcast coming out in the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
The Aaron Dodge Show.
The Aaron Dodge Show.
Yeah, great guys. Please go give him a like. Aaron, appreciate you. Like we said, you came from out of town to join this time with us.
Yep.
Yeah, thank
really
you,
means
man.
a lot. It's like
It does.
a podcast that's growing but small, needing some steam, means a lot to us. Seriously.
Yeah.
So appreciate you, brother.
Oh no, yeah, it was a blast. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, bro.
Good meeting all you guys. I love meeting new people, and especially here in Charlotte too. So excited to see you guys continually grow, keep pushing, keep having some good conversations.
We will.
And keep
bashing Dan.
keep bashing Dan. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be great.
He hates it here.
Does Florian rank as one of the most interesting people you've ever met still?
Yes, and hanging on by a string, and he's a business owner. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm even more impressed now. I mean, you're an entrepreneur too. This is great.
Jack of all trades.
It's great.
baby.
And my question to you is: are you going to go clean pools drunk today, or are you going to try to be sober for that?
Well,
or?
we do. It is raining outside, but we do have a pressure washing job we got to finish. So
Okay.
who knows? That's
another thing you should be time lapsing is pressure washing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
That's satisfying.
you're right. Yeah, I'm hanging on by a thread there, but who knows? This day is wide open, baby. I
It
can
is.
tell you
It
that.
is. It is.
Get the work done early.
Last question. I know this is going to be coming out. You don't even have to put it on the pod if you don't want to.
Uh-huh.
Game 6 tonight. Heat or Celtics?
Oh, Heat, baby.
Ooh, I want to go Celtics so that he can win in Game 7.
Well, the Game 7's in Boston, so that's very unlikely. Heat need to win today, and we will.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think what we saw in the first 3 games was Jimmy take control. I think the NBA or sports loves to have a good story. I think it goes Game 7, Jimmy takes control, wins it for the Heat in the Game 7.
Yeah, I'm going Celtics, and I hate the Celtics, but I'm going to go Celtics tonight. They have all of the momentum right now.
Veiny.
After 3.
So I'm guessing that if you think Celtics tonight, you think they're going to win Game 7 and be the only person to ever come back from, the only team to ever come back from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
are the odds of that?
Yes, I do.
What about you,
that'd
Dodge?
be a great
Who you
bet.
got? Who
They're
you
a
got?
better team than the Heat are.
I'm going to go Heat tonight, and I'm going to go for the non-Jimmy Butler factor and the fact that my niece's favorite team is the Heat. She's a big Tyler Hero fan. My niece is
I saw if he can get to the finals, he can come back. Apparently,
Interesting.
He's been dribbling, shooting, has the cast off his hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Florian mentioned that the Celtics had momentum, and a term we've heard before, and just don't even know what it means. But what's the first thing that pops into your mind when you hear veiny momentum?
Veiny?
Veiny. Like just
Veiny momentum.
pumping blood through that momentum, you know? Like, what do you think?
I always got to give a shout out when I hear the word momentum. I always give a shout out to my boy Quantrell. He's a rapper here in Charlotte, and he has a song called Momentum. And the NBA actually picked it up and put it on like NBA 2K. And so it was like, I'm feeling momentum.
that's
feeling momentum,
veiny.
feeling momentum.
That's
awesome. He's
That's
from
cool
from
as fuck.
Charlotte. Have him on the pod.
Wow.
that's cool.
All right. We will have to do that, no doubt. What was his name again?
Quantrell.
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 Momentum. Write it down, Dan. Cursive, English, and Mandarin.
We'll ask him about veiny momentum.
Konnichiwa.
If he writes in fucking Mandarin, that is a skill I did not think he
I wouldn't be
had.
surprised after all these questions.
Yeah. God damn.
Also,
It
shout
looks
out
like
to your
it.
wife, Karen, for dealing with you.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I'm a
Karen.
handful.
Yeah.
I am a handful.
All right, Dan, take us out of here, my brother.
All right, guys. Well, as we've said, make sure you guys give us a like, comment, subscribe on all of our social media platforms. It would mean the world to us. But this has been episode 74 of the Flights of the Round Table podcast. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful week, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Inshallah. Prost.
Prost.
Pause.